That's me, Curtis Hines. I would love to tell y'all that I've been the best husband and best father in the world. Nah, not at all. I failed many times for many years, but I wanted to do better, not only for myself, but for my wife and kids, and the people that love me. I want to share with you all on how I became a better man, a better husband, and a better father. How y'all doing? Welcome to Commit to Your Commitments. I am Curtis Hines. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 49. That's right. Hey, if you just now, if this your first time, hey, how you doing? What's going on? If you've been with me, you know what's up. You know what this is about. This is for my fellas. This is for my men, my fathers, my husband. This is me sharing my life with you. These are the struggles that I had, and I'm sharing with you all how I got over the hump, how I was able to become a better man, better father, better husband. This episode, I want to talk about they want to be with you. Your kids, for my fathers. A question that I want to start off with: do you want your kids to be like you? Think about that. I think that is a very important question as fathers. That's something, years ago I thought about, and I was like, man, who am I? And am I satisfied with the person that I am? And now a father and, having kids, especially boys, I got 4 boys. Do I want my kids to be like me? If you'd asked me that 10 years ago, it would have been probably hell no. I don't want them to be anything close to who I was. Nah, this guy's an idiot. He's selfish. He don't care about no one else. He just all in this for himself. As a father, 10 years ago, I think my oldest son is now 19, now, if you ask me that question, which I have recently, asked myself that question, do I want my kids to be like me? Of course I do. I would love for my kids to be like me. I can proudly say that, yeah, I feel like just what I've accomplished and the things that I'm doing, the understanding that I have, the confidence that I have, just what I've been able to survive and to go through, just the pain, the anger, the disappointment that I had within myself, and to be able to push through that and to get over that and to be who I am now. I would love for my kids to be, like me. I would love for my kids to be a respectful person, to be a loving, caring father, to be a loving, caring husband. I would love for them to be that. And that's the question we have to ask ourselves as fathers. Am I displaying the type of guy that I would want my kids to be? Even your daughters, just principle things that you live by, the code that you live by. Are you being that person that you can see your kids being, and that will be satisfying to you? I'm cool with that. I'm okay with my kids being like me because I know what I'm putting out there. I know what I'm showing them. I know what I'm giving them. That's a tough question to ask sometimes, depending on where your life is. So I want to put that out there, and I want you guys to think about that. Just am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I showing my family, my kids, am I showing them the qualities of a person that wants to be successful, a person that loves themselves enough to be able to love others? Am I showing them someone that shows forgiveness, mercy, and compassion? Am I showing them the type of person that is understanding to where giving, loving, spending time with people, listening? Am I a person that is showing my kids that listening is a priceless thing, to give someone, is your ears and everything. So are you showing your kids all of these things within yourself to where you can agree where you at now in life that, hey, I am a person that I can see my kids being, and I would love for my kids to be me, or be like me, not me, but be like me. So I really want y'all to think about that, fathers, guys, soon to be fathers. What are you putting out there? What are you showing? What are you doing? Because you're leaving footprints. That's what we're ultimately doing. We're leaving footprints for our kids. And your kids are either going to walk in those footprints, not to be like overshadowed by your success or anything like that, but just footprints on principled things, to, like I said, to be respectful, to have manners, to have confidence, to be adventurous, to not have doubts, and to have low self-esteem. Like all these different things your kids are seeing, and they're watching, and they're deciding like, hey, do I want to follow in those footsteps, or man, I don't ever want to go that way. I don't ever want to think of possibly being like this person that I've seen my whole life, that I'm going to make my own footprints. I'm going to go and do my own thing. And yes, they don't have to work the same job, do the same things. But like I said, principal qualities that you have as a person, as a father, you are leaving these footprints. And I will hope and think that all fathers out there will want their kids to follow in those footsteps that have been displaying principal things, great qualities that a person should have when it comes to just life in general. Being able to maneuver through life in such a way that people enjoy your presence. People love to be around you. Like people love to do for you. People just want to be, a part of your life. Are you leaving those kind of footprints to where your kids are like, hey, I want to be like that guy. I want to be like my father. I want to be like my father, so excuse me. And I can say that, like, I asked my kids this maybe a couple years ago, and I asked them, who's their role model? And man, I remember my son was like, man, you're my role model. And he didn't even hesitate. It was like, I was thinking it'd be like Steph Curry, LeBron James, or, somebody like that. Like, kids like look up to, sports players, artists and different things. Like, I just knew he was going to give me some famous person, as his role model and everything. So when he was like, oh, you're my role model. Oh man, that hit deep. Like, that was like, wow, like, man, like, got a little teary eyed a little bit. I ain't let him see it, you know what I'm saying? I had to, kind of pivot a little bit, but, that was a priceless feeling. Like that was such a, just, man, like, yes, like you did it. Like Curtis, like, man, as a father, man, you are leaving, man, those footprints that, man, your kids are wanting to follow, just based off principle things and everything. And it meant so much to me, man. It really, like, just, I would never forget that. Like, it was just some to where, like, oh, I need to keep this focus. I need to continue to carry myself in such a way to where, like, oh, my kids want to be like me. That's what I mean. Like, your kid, they want to be like you. Do they want to be like you? And that should be something that you are reminded of every day when you're at home, when you want to yell and do things like that. There's nothing wrong with raising your voice and everything. But if that's who you are and that's who you've always been to your kids, do your kids want to be like someone that's always yelling at people, putting people down, cursing at people, like really like just belittling people? Like, is that what your kids want to be like? And unconsciously, it is rubbing off on them in some kind of way. So, is there physical abuse? Are you showing your kids the person that beats on their mom or beats on women, or always beating on them and everything? Like, do you think your kids will want to be like that? Are you teaching your kids that this is the way to go? Like, this is here are the footprints of an abuser, and yes, follow these footprints and you become like, we have to be so mindful of what we're displaying when we are living our lives as fathers, what we're doing in our homes, that do our kids want to be like us? And if you are an abuser, verbal abuser, physical abuser, if you're not supportive, you're just never home, you never supporting your kids, you never go to any other functions, none of the school, has nothing to do with your job, has nothing to do with your career. You're just making a conscious choice every day, week in and week out, saying that, hey, I don't want to be there at the games, I don't want to do that, I want to go do this and do that. What kind of footprints are you leaving for your kids? Like, think about that, fellas. Like, if you are that guy and these are the footprints, oh man, what do you expect the next generation to be like? You know, what do you think your kids are going to do? If these are the footprints that you're showing them, how do you think they're going to turn out? Some kids, it's hard for them to make their own decision. It's hard for them to go a different route. Like, it's hard for them kids to choose to go in a more positive focus, like, you know, make their own footprints when you've like beat down this way of being and showing them an abuser or just someone that's negative, toxic, like just this, oh man, cruel home environment and everything. They don't have a choice but to be like you. They don't have a choice, because they're going to act on those things, because that's what you're teaching them. That's what you're showing them. Those are the footprints you are forcing them to step in. And I don't want to force my kids to step in my footsteps. I don't want to force them to do anything. But it's hard for some of these kids, man. If that's all they see, then that's all they're going to do. So we have to be mindful of what we're doing as men, as fathers in our home, for our kids. Like, what are we truly showing them? Are you okay with your kids being you? That's what I want to leave with y'all. That's what I want y'all to think about, man. That's what I think about. That's what I focus on. Am I showing these kids that I have, you know, hey, that's the kind of person I want to be? What are we doing? What are we showing them? What kind of footprints are you leaving, fellas? And I hope, man, that this helps, man. I hope that this kind of like, man, I do need to check myself. I do need to alter my lifestyle. And I do need to think twice about what I'm displaying and showing my kids. I do need to focus and be careful about what I'm doing and saying. Like, nah, this is not what I want my kids to be like. I don't want to continue this generational thing. Because if you're doing things that are affecting your kids and your home in a negative way, they're going to follow that, and they're going to continue to keep that cycle going. And it's hard for some. Some do change. I'm a product of that. I'm a product of, I changed. It's been hard. It was hard. But I'm proud of who I am now. I'm proud that, hey, I don't want to follow those footprints. I was following them. But I got to a point where I was like, nah, that's not it. This is not good. I got to break this. I got to rub these footprints out. I got to create my own so my kids can follow these footprints. I saw the footprints that I had, and I thought, okay, that's what I see. That's what I know. Wait a minute. Everybody's not happy with me doing this and going this way. I'm hurting people. Like, people are like, nah. People aren't happy with this. They don't like this direction. And I had to, boom, like, hey, I gotta change. I had to change my life. I had to change my mind. I had to change my thinking and make my own footprints for my kids to follow. So like I said, it blew my mind to hear my kids say, hey, you are my role model. Because I know the work I had to put in to really change my mind, to change my behavior, to let go of my past, to rub out the footprints that I had for me, to say, no, I'm going to make better footprints. I'm going to make better footprints for my kids to follow. I'm going to be that difference. I'm going to show these kids like how to be a person with pride, with principles, with, love, caring, understanding, like someone that they truly can say, hey, I would love to be like that person. Not because, I'm this super successful person and it's a money thing. I want to be. No, I just want to be like that person because the way they carry themselves, the way they love on me is how I want to love on my kids. Man, the way that they talk to me and understand me and just comfort me and everything, like I want to be like that. And that's what you should be focusing on, fathers, dads. You should be thinking about those things. Your actions are being watched. They're seeing. They want to be like you. And we got to figure out, how do you want them to be? Which way? Which way do you want them to go? You want them to go this way and continue this cycle of negativity and toxic way of being? Or you want them to be like stand-up people, genuine people with integrity, with morals, principles? How you want them to turn out? What do you want them to do? Do you want to put that pressure on them it's stressful. It's a mental, it's a disturbing thing to really challenge yourself, to turn from something that you've seen and been around and was raised in such an environment as a kid, and then now you gotta snap out of it. You gotta wake up. It's hard on the kids, man. It's truly hard on them. And I don't want to stress my kids out. I don't want my kids to be traumatized. I don't want them to have to deal with certain things or whatever. I don't want them to have to, have to deal with so much mental, discomfort growing up and trying to figure out, like, man, I need some kind of, direction or whatever. No, Dad got you. I got you. I got some direction. I got some footprints you can follow. I got us. I got you. So I got some nice footprints my kids can follow. And you should be working on that too. Work on those footprints, fellas. Work on the direction you're leading your kids in, because they want to be like you. And think about how you want them to turn out. Or at least, to begin, how do you want them to begin their life? How do you want them to, you want them to struggle, or do you want them to be like, nope, I got this. My dad got it. Like, he showed me, like, cool, this what's up. Like, I like this. This feels good. Think about that, man. Do you want your kids to be like you? That is the question you need to continue to ask yourself. That's what you need to be able to display each and every day, fathers. Truly hope this helps, man. It helps me. Again, that's something I continue to hold myself accountable to. Like I said, it's a priceless feeling to be your kid's role model. Man, it's a great feeling, man. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling, man, for my kids to say I'm their role model. Whew, thank you, God. Like, it's a great feeling, man. It's a natural high, man, because I know they watching. I know they watching me. I know they seeing me. They checking them footprints. Hey, what's up? Like, they checking them footprints. So, I can answer that question with faith, with just honesty. Like, yup, I want my kids to be like me. For sure. For real. Definitely be like Daddy. Be like this guy. Be like me. For real. Come on, guys. Footprint. I love you fellas, man. I respect y'all. This is Committed to Your Commitments. I'm Curtis Hines, man. Check me out on all social media platforms at the Curtis J. Hines. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. I will continue to do this, man, because I love doing this, man. I know as fellas, man, it's hard sometimes for us to ask for help, yet alone to hear some other guy talk about his life and thinking like, oh, that ain't me. He don't know what he's talking about. Whatever. Nope. I'm going to keep doing it because I know we need this. I need it. I know you need it. Thank you for watching, man. I'll see y'all again. Come back, man. Episode 50 right after this.